Hello everybody, welcome back to What's That Then, and today we're going to take a look at Grounded. It's a couple of days after the game has been released, in quotes, on Game Pass, which I believe was the 28th. It's currently the first. I've played it for a little while, played it with some friends, put a good few hours in, because it seems like a fairly long survival game, so or at least it's got a lot of stuff to do, so I wanted to make sure I had a good idea. So let's start like we usually do with the options menu. Auto saves is the only game options, but again, pre-release, so this stuff might change. This allows you to keep more auto saves, and then this does it how many minutes between each one. Display, we've got a lot of options, which is really nice. You'll notice we've gone into 21:9 new monitor, so you know, apologies if you're in a 16:9 monitor, but you know, it doesn't affect the video too much. Motion blur, field of view, and render scale, which is nice. There doesn't seem to be any specific settings for graphics. I assume these will be added, but at least you've got render scale and a sort of preset quality setting. There's also a frame rate limit, which doesn't have 144 for some reason, which is weird. But we're not going to question that. Obviously VSync off, motion blur off, because ew. I've got the field of view cranked because we're in 21:9, but this game handles it really well. You don't get ridiculous stretching at the edges of the screen, so it's clearly designed for it. Which could be a good sign for the next set of consoles if they're going to support ultra-wide. Who knows? Keyboard, we've got obviously mouse sensitivity, toggles, and inverts for you aircraft pilots out there. Fully mappable keys. Some of these I still I haven't used. I tend to jump into games and play them and then work out the controls as I go. So, yeah. We'll work through our way through these, but every control in the game is remappable keyboard-wise. There's also controllers, and they're fully remappable as well, which is quite nice. Vibration, you can even alter the dead zone of the sticks, which is pretty good to see. I assume it's the same on the console version. Audio, separate sliders for everything, nice. Massive volume crank, turned down because it's super loud when you fire it up first. Got voice chat disabled just because we, PC use Discord or whatever. And then we've got a lot of accessibility modes actually, which is really cool for a game that isn't even out yet. So Xbox, especially first party stuff, is getting really good for this. Even some of the old stuff like Sea of Thieves has got some of these features. So like background for the chat log. So the chat box has, an opaque background so you can read the text on it. These are text-to-speech converters. One's one way, one's the other, which is helpful if you're hard of hearing or maybe struggle reading text. You can even change the subtitle text, what it is, which is nice. I think the large is pretty big as well. I've got a medium, so we'll be able to see it in-game. And these can have backgrounds, like you see on some of the films, they've got like black, as if it's printed on black tape, which is pretty cool. Read to me is like a narrator. Large text is, I'll just apply that now. Doesn't do it here, menus. Probably does something in-game. I'll flick that on and we'll see. Colorblind, which is nice. It's not a competitive game, so there's probably no advantage to this for people using it for that sort of thing, but it's good to see because, well, it lets you pick stuff out. And this is a very colourful game, which is really cool. So, Arachnophobia safe mode, which is also cool to see. This is what spiders look like. That's a sort of standard spider. And then as you crank this safety mode up, sort of makes it less terrifying. Although, personally, if that came at me in the middle of the night, I'd be pretty scared. So we're going to leave that as standard spider mode. There is multiplayer. There's currently no game invites like Xbox invites, which is fine, because if you press join, this searches for global games, but it doesn't work yet. So you just press search friends and it pops your friends' games up. They could just host one by clicking here. There is a save function as well. If we're going to continue, you can see 3 auto saves, then this is a manual save. This is what I was playing with friends the other day. So let's fire up a new game, single player. I'm going to play as Ali. There's 4 difficulty levels as well. Well, there's 3 difficulty levels. There's obviously easy. Can't remember what it's called. Mild, I think. Easy, which is sort of a bit less intense survival stuff. So those are the size of the subtitles. As you can see, a pretty nice size. Large does make them bigger.
Where am I?
Yeah, so difficulty, there's mild, which is obviously a less intense survival experience. More story and just accomplishing the goals and building and stuff. Medium, which is what we've been playing on, which is definitely hard enough.
Okay, figure out where I am.
And the game does give you a bit of a guiding hand, but it's in a way where you feel like you've accomplished something. It doesn't just tell you everything, you know, where to go, what to do, grab these to not die.
Keep your eye on the ball.
So yeah, and then there's another difficulty mode which makes stuff break faster and you know, your status bars go down faster. So I'm just gonna grab some resources here.
Awesome.
So yeah, as you can see, we're pretty small.
How the heck did I end up here?
Very small actually. That's a baseball, which is what, 4 inches across maybe. So yeah, we're pretty small. Just grab some resources. There is a creative mode as well, which I believe just gives you unlimited resources essentially to build whatever you want. We're going to need this sap for later. So let's grab that. Yeah, so you can see, pretty nice looking game. Here's our inventory screen. This OS thing is sort of like a key screen, I guess. You can alter your themes as well, which is pretty cool. Different different skins for the UI. I kind of like this one, and then at night it'll change to this, which is pretty cool. I kind of like this one. It's, you know, it's grey and yeah, I don't know why it says utter here. That's strange. That is part of one of my old usernames, so I don't get that. It explains all the icons, your status bars. So in the bottom left is the scab display, which as you can see is pointed at here. Raw science is a resource. I don't know what it does yet, but I've collected some and I'll show you how that works later. Durability meter, that shows on each of your icons in your hotbar. And then we've got the hunger, which is here, which drains when you lose health and it fills back up. That drains your hunger. Well, obviously it drains over time. Water, obviously drains over time and also drains faster when it recharges your stamina bar. And then these are all your sort of status icons that let you easily just look at something and work out what it does. Data, so there's tutorials in here explaining how stuff works. You know, healing consumables, blah blah blah. Key items, this is stuff that doesn't count towards your inventory, like quest stuff. Quests, obviously. Quest list. Map, which is actually quite nice. Like, it's very easy to navigate. It feels quite precise. And there is a sort of auto map feature, so stuff gets added as you meet it, landmarks and such. Crafting is obviously the craft menu. We'll get more into that later when there's more stuff. And inventory, obviously your inventory. And it's not too bad to manage, as well as when your inventory is fairly full and you've got, say I've got 3 stacks of mushrooms and none of them are maxed out, you'll get a little button here called defrag, and it'll actually like defragment your inventory for you, which is pretty good. It's a very nice quality of life sort of feature. So what we're going to do is we're just going to follow the first icon that it recommends, which is to this little dome. And clearly someone was down here that was at least somewhat human.
I'm guessing this isn't the only one of these science
So
pods.
this is the bio resource analyzer. It lets you research new items to craft, a bit like the workshop in Raft, or you know, whatever else you can think of, I guess. It doesn't use the item that you analyse, it just does analyse it, and then it disables the charge here. Once it's disabled, gives you a little in-game ETA. So we're at 9:05. At 9:55, it'll be charged up. We can start researching again. My escape key doesn't work. Very good. So we've got a bit of science up there at the top. That little party hat thing. We can now make an axe as well. So if we go grab some stuff, let's go in the craft menu and tools. An axe is 1 woven fibre, 2 pebblets and 3 sprigs. Woven fibre, because we researched it from plant fibre, costs 3 of those. So let's make one of those. Make an axe. Cool. So that's how the crafting works. It's pretty nice. There's no sort of arranging things in a certain way, or just collect the resources, do stuff. It's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. So let's chop down this grass. Boom. And as you can see, the grass turns into planks, which you can carry around. And now we've got crafting ideas for them. Turn into walls, doors, all sorts of stuff. I'm just going to keep grabbing stuff here. And clovers, we're going to need those shortly. Let's just... yeah. So the R button throws. I always get mixed up. You have to press H or G to not throw them. Clover leaves. These are going to come in handy. Let's just say they'll come in handy.
Is that a basketball court?
Gonna need a bunch of these. And that's coming for us. Yeah, right. Where'd he go? It's not dead. Come on. Honestly, the gnats are the hardest things to kill because they just fly around. Right. Little mysterious machine here. So, got some lasers that shoot down. There's a few little graphical glitches like the dandelions. Might just be a shader thing. It'll obviously get fixed once, you know, the game's closer to a real release. So obviously, quest's been updated. We're gonna carry on. We're gonna need this grass anyway. And I'm just gonna drop those there, and wherever those ones were before. I'm struggling to talk today. Just gonna chuck these here as well. This is sort of, at the start at least, your like quest hub, I guess. This is your next area you need to do. So this is like the main quest. As you can see up there, one of the lasers is not full power, so that's the next quest to do, the main quest. Little ant running around. Yeah, the survival mechanics are quite decent. They're very self-explanatory and they're not confusing really, which is pretty good. I'll have to try and make that jump. So we were a bit thirsty. Dew collects on the grass like you would in real life, I guess. And that's clean water. You can drink from in the soil, but you know, it's a bit dirty apparently. Makes you ill. And then we've got some mushrooms for food. So I'm just going to top my hunger bar. There we go. All filled up now. So as you can see, it's quite a nice looking game. Do some more research. Cool. There we go. Yeah, so that's sort of the start, I guess. The basic mechanics. we've put a few hours in. We've got a bit of basic stuff on the go. So I haven't played mega far in. I don't know if the structure changes or anything like that. Oh yeah, because you have to sort of hook them around. You can't, build walls and stuff without carrying them. Yeah, just so the base building's fairly simple. Q&E rotate. Control sort of grids it, which you can't do now because there's nothing here. Can't build on this machine either. So yeah, let's go up to this clearing. So if I want to sort of build a little base here, for example, just put that there. Put that there. And the arrow obviously sort of what am I trying to say? Shows you which way it's pointing. You can build on diagonals as well, which is pretty cool. We need a door, don't we? So yeah, the base building's fairly simple to get hold of, but I feel like it's going to have a good amount of customization. Let's just drop that. So yeah, you just pick the stuff up, build, design your base, and you can just fill it in as you collect the resources for it. What I'm going to do is try and find you some of the bigger creatures, because like lawn mites and gnats and ants are cool, but they're not what you're here to see. Let's be honest. So yeah, we're going to head this way. Let's see if we can find something a bit higher tier, I guess. Ah, yep, that'll do it. Spider here, protecting this. Here's an aphid. There's a spider here protecting this telescope. These spiders are pretty scary and very fast. And yeah, so that's a spider. Oh, but you've got me. Let's go. There is a super quit button as well, which I found pretty funny the first time. If you get really mad, that just exits you to desktop. Fully closes the game out in one click. So yeah, I guess that's all there really is to say. I don't want to spoil it because the first couple of hours, sure, not a massive amount happens, but obviously the game's not even close to finished yet, and I've really enjoyed playing it. So I don't want to spoil it for anybody who's looking at this wondering whether to get Game Pass to play it early. I'd say do it. If you like survival stuff, or even if you're not super keen on survival stuff but like the idea, it's not like mega survival-y. It's not hardcore like Rush style. It's a nice entry point, I guess. It's not so complex it's going to put people off. It's genuinely an enjoyable game to play. So yeah, I guess that's it really. If you like the video, like. If you didn't like it, dislike. Leave comments with feedback and stuff. Yeah, that's Grounded on Game Pass. We'll see you soon for another What's That then. There might be more content as well. I'm going to try and do as much as I can. Yeah, have a great day everyone. See you later.